Oh, just when you think you've got all the answers, I changed the questions. It's no secret that I love wrestling, but this year has been terrible in regards to deaths. We've lost some really big names, but the one that hit closest to home for me was the recent passing of Roddy Piper. By the way, if you've never seen the cinema classic They Live, you need to. It is amazing. Link below. Watch it, love it, tip me later. Now, even if you've never heard of Roddy Piper before, you've definitely heard of Hulk Hogan. In storytelling, when you have these two giant forces battling against one another, it really helps if you have a great villain. And that's what Roddy Piper was in the formative years of Hulkamania. If you have any remaining symptoms of Hulkamania, it's best to apply a topical ointment directly upon the affected areas and meet with your doctor as soon as possible. There was this wonderful moment in the late 90s in that wrestling gray area where you're not quite sure if they're staying on script or not, where Piper confronted Hogan. At this point, the roles had been switched. Piper was now the face, Hogan was now the heel, and Piper questioned out loud, "If they hadn't hated me so much, do you think they would have cheered you?" Sounds reasonable. Would we rally behind Luke if it wasn't for Darth Vader? Would we fear for the Wizarding World if it wasn't for Voldemort, which is apparently how we have to pronounce his name nowadays? And would Chief Brody's quest be as daunting if it wasn't for that plastic shark that scared the bejesus out of 10-year-old me? Those are all rhetorical questions, but the answer is no. I'd also accept maybe. So it's not that unique to say that a hero is only as good as their villain. Many better critics and commentators than I have said similar things, but it did make me start to wonder about that quote that Harvey Dent says in The Dark Knight, where you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Hulk Hogan has definitely fulfilled that prophecy. He was fired by the WWE not that long ago for some racist tirades he went on. Apparently he's also an awful, awful person. Again, topical cream, call your doctor. You are the protagonist in your own life. You understand your character's motivations, why you're sad, why you're mad, why you're ecstatic. Other characters fill in that story, the mother, the brother, the guy who's recast after the pilot episode because he's just not working out. Yet everyone else is just an extra, a person in the crowd who fills out the scenery. And yet the crazy thing is that each one of those people is the protagonist of their own story, and you are just the fluffy window dressing of their narrative. And you're the villain in other people's stories. You're the clerk who wouldn't allow somebody to do an exchange even though it's only one day out of the return policy. Or you're the person who crashed into somebody else's car. Or you're the dummy who didn't realize what you had and dumped somebody. We've all been the villain in somebody else's story. And sure, I've never conspired to create a star of death, or tried to kill a teenage boy, or violently eat unsuspecting swimmers. But I have done awful things to other people. The important thing is to recognize that and apologize when possible. For those who won't accept that, you need to start to feel comfortable being the villain to some people and the hero to others. As long as your intentions are good and you're not actively trying to hurt other people, then we have to endure the hardships of life. This is not something that we can necessarily settle at WrestleMania. Be kind, and hope that your life has an awesome finale. I also love stories so much that I am going to be at NerdCon in Minneapolis. Come say hi if you see me. My name is Kyle. I upload videos every Thursday. I also co-host a podcast called Whatever This Is that also sometimes comes out weekly. You can find the link to that and all of my social media down in the description below. What's your favorite story? Let me know down in the comments, a place where we don't have to worry about run-on sentences or character development.